Being a bastard child of the 80s and 90s, if there's one thing I can definitely look back on, it's the fact that there were a lot of cartoon shows based on R-rated movies. We're talking about Rambo, RoboCop, Conan, Swamp Thing, Police Academy. Hell, there was even a Highlander cartoon show for a brief period of time. You know Highlander, the movie franchise based entirely around the main character decapitating people? Yes, that actually happened. But it got me thinking about all of the R-rated movies that I've loved growing up that I think would have made great animated series if someone just had the wherewithal to actually do it. I'm not going to name all of the ones that I'm thinking of, but here are just 6 that I think really stand out for me personally. Timecop. While the film was adapted as a live-action primetime series in 1997 that only lasted 1 season, I think it definitely missed its calling as an animated series. It would have been right at home on CBS Saturday mornings, as the network seemed to love cartoons based on indie comics such as The Mask, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and Wildcats. Not to mention their history with cartoons based on time travel movies such as Back to the Future and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The Craft. How many movies and television shows have copied that iconic slow-motion walking through the hallway scene from The Craft? This movie had such an impact on popular culture, it inspired the WB to revive the careers of Alyssa Milano, Holly Mary Combs, and Shannon Doherty in one fell swoop with the supernatural drama Charmed. The Craft seems like something that would have been perfect for a network like MTV to adapt into an animated series back in the mid to late 90s, when the network was already dipping its toes into animation with shows like Beavis and Butthead, Liquid Television, and the criminally underrated Downtown. Universal Soldier. Yes, there have been roughly a half-dozen sequels to this film, and it's all a confusing mess by the time you get to Day of Reckoning. But damn it if I wouldn't have loved to see an animated series based on this movie. It would have fit right into the sweet spot in the early to mid-90s when we were almost fetishistic about blending military action, sci-fi future tech, and children's programming. Demolition Man. So much of this movie already feels like a cartoon from the premise to the characters. And there's so much potential for outlandish villains for Stallone's character John Spartan to face, in addition to the already cartoonish Simon Phoenix. How cool would it have been to have someone like Aeon Flux creator Peter Chung designing the look of a Demolition Man animated series and really pushing the futuristic aesthetic? Predator. A lot of what I liked about the latest Predator film was that it was basically the live-action adaptation of the Saturday morning cartoon based on Predator that was never made. Everything about this film feels like stuff you would absolutely expect to find in a cartoon based on the film. An organization that's been secretly examining the predator species? Check. A veritable Chex Mix of vastly different personalities forced to work together as a team? Check. A annoying yet precocious child character? Check. The monsters that the good guys had to fight in the film is now one of the good guys? Check. You can't tell me you wouldn't want to see this as a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, seriously, I dare you to disagree with me on this one. Attack the Block. This seems like such a no-brainer to me, it's not even funny. London Street Kids versus Aliens. It writes itself. Imagine if the same folks behind the Men in Black animated series had done this. Although, I still hold out hope of this happening someday, especially with John Boyega starting to flex his producing muscle in the industry these days. Someone should definitely put a bug in his ear about this, shouldn't they? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to click that like button, and if you want to leave comments, please go ahead and do so, whether you agree or disagree with my choices. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe by clicking here.